Welcome everybody, episode 31 of the Training121 PODCAST. Today, unfortunately, similar to the Christmas quiz, we have no Daly, and we've also subbed out Finn, so it's just the three lads. Welcome back, lads.
Thank God.
Good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have Kinger back again.
No one in my seat. No one in my seat. Someone was in my seat last time. It's good to have my seat back.
Still warm?
Yeah. It doesn't smell the same, but yeah, it's alright.
That'll play. That'll play. Today is going to be a relatively shorter podcast compared to the usual ones. Today we're going to be talking about the World Cup again, just doing a wrap up from what felt like a week in terms of games. It was probably the fastest time ever, even before we started doing the predictions and stuff. So just a general layout of what the conversation is going to be. We're going to go through each group again, talk about each individual team briefly, go through our predictions, the dark horses that we had, the player of the turn predictions, the young player predictions, etc., etc. Just as a quick disclaimer, similar to the Christmas challenge quiz as well, there is no Who's Your Man because Daly's not here today, unfortunately. But I would like to get not a head start, more of a run on him, because I'd be afraid he'd be a dark horse for the Who's Your Man.
I'm top, am I? Oh, yeah, he is last.
He's dead last.
That's what I'm saying, a dark horse.
No, he's not a horse. He's not a horse at all.
Completely out of
No, he fell off the horse. It's a horse and no jockey. It's a horse and no jockey at the back.
No, that is fair. I'd say now with the Who's Your Man, it's tied up there.
Kinger's winning. No, you're winning.
Am
I think you are now, yeah. Yeah, I was mistaken with what I had. I think I've got 3. I think G's got 3. I think you've got 4. And I think Daly's got a measly 2.
Gee, you have 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive.
Oh.
You were ruled out early doors. Ruled out very early in the competition.
Competing, as they say. All right, let's get cracking. I think we should talk about, first of all, our predictions. So for who won, I said Argentina.
Congrats.
Is that a big crunch? I don't know if it is.
I'm going to come out and say it was them or Brazil were the favourites.
And he picked Spain.
And I picked Spain. So I was trying to mix it up because you were all just agreeing with each other on the day. And I was like, and I looked at Finn, and Finn gave me a nod before the podcast. I was like, I think Spain will do well. So I was like, all right, we're going to go with Spain. But yeah, congrats.
I said sat on the fence, and I said Argentina or Brazil. And I was right.
And Daly said Brazil first, but then backup was Argentina. So
To be fair though, it's actually, I don't know what the stats are, but it's with tournament football, it's relatively rare that a favourite would walk out as the victors. I don't think France were favourites for 2018 anyway, and Germany for 2014. I think it's relatively rare that the favourites come out, so they've been on a serious amount of form for the last 2 years.
I seen EA Sports predicted the winners the last 4 World Cups.
Yeah?
Swear to God, yeah, they predicted it. So they simulated the World Cup on FIFA. And they got the last 4 winners right.
What?
Yeah, 4 in a row.
that's a bit mad. But if you look at the squads that won it, they're made for FIFA.
Who? France?
Argentina. Lethal on FIFA.
Go back. France. Spain.
Germany.
It was Spain, Germany, France.
Yeah.
Argentina.
All
Yeah.
tops.
All tops, yeah. Yeah, good point. But when you simulate...
And all tops teams in real life.
But you
as well.
simulate in career mode, and you're a career mode as well, and you simulate playing Luton at home in the FA Cup and you get beaten 1-0.
That's a straight factorial.
But they can simulate the World Cup right 4 years in a row, so get your together.
One thing that I found interesting, well, I think it's nearly common knowledge because no African team has won the World Cup, but since 1986, it's only been European and South American countries that have won it.
It's been Europe for a while as well, since what was Brazil, 2002?
2002.
So what's that, 20 years? It's a long time. All
Wow,
Europe,
it's a
all
long
Europe
time.
from then. All Europe from then.
Yeah. Jeez, 20 years.
20 years oversells it though, because how many tournaments has that been?
5.
Yeah, 5.
It's not a lot.
So it's like 5 tournaments, but it's 20 years. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like it is a lot. It's a long time.
Generation of footballers.
Yeah, it's a full generation. Well, multiple generations of footballers. So I suppose you're right. But does Joe, if it's year on year on year on year, it's like saying if someone loses or they haven't won a Premier League in 20 years, that's like, oh, because it's every year. A World Cup sounds a little bit more drastic. But irregardless, yes, it is mad that Europe were on flames for the last while.
I know dark horses, I was biting my nails, Kinger.
Oh.
You as well. I was biting my nails.
Oh.
The
You want
amount
to
of
talk a little bit about
DMs.
Japan?
Yeah, I was right. Because my interpretation of a dark horse was someone who'd surprise everyone. I didn't think they'd go all the way and win it, but they surprised everyone. And my 200 quid, I was one penno away
You
from
were a
200
penno
quid.
My ma rang me
Did she?
on the way to one of the Training121 that she goes, "You're 200 quid saves anyway." I was like, "What?" And yeah, obviously Croatia went through.
No, I was watching it.
I would have happily handed you that in coins.
I would have felt bad taking it now, to be honest. I would have felt bad taking it, but
I was going to give it to you in 10 cents.
the personal satisfaction of it would have been great.
Yeah. To be fair, there was, I think some bloke on Instagram was like, give that guy a pay raise.
Yeah, I seen that. I see in the comments. Yeah. Haven't got a pay raise since.
Entirely fair. It's so funny. Like my dark horse was Portugal, and that
I'm
is
sorry.
my dark horse.
You have to, lads, I went back and watched it.
Yeah.
The two lads saying, you said Portugal. Daly said, who was it? Yeah, I think he said Portugal as well, no?
I had to see about Barney. I definitely said Portugal.
That's not a dark horse for me, though. Dark horse. I said Serbia, for Christ's sake.
Did you?
Yeah. That did not materialize.
No.
Mitro was in the bin.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That was that anyway.
Your shout, Kinger. Japan were probably like the second best dark horses, I think, because Morocco kind of took the
Yeah,
flag
Morocco
out.
were the obvious dark horse.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's seen that coming.
But if you looked back, maybe we just didn't do our research correctly. If you looked at Morocco's squad, they
It
were
is
well
very
in
good.
there.
It is very good, but it's one of them where they have like Hakimi's, like Ziyech and all them. You're thinking, right, they could also be mucked out. That's the thing. I know Buffal and all, but everyone turned up. Your man Amrabat, everyone turned up. Everyone was quality.
The other fella, Unahi, is it Unahi?
The
number 8.
Sicko as well.
Everyone's
Everyone was
raving
just
about him.
bang at it though.
What did you like about Morocco?
1v1s. If there's ever demos for 1v1s and hesitations and feints that we've been working on, Lord have mercy. They were unbelievable in 1v1 duels. Unbelievable. Buffal, obviously that game where he was dancing around. Who played? Was it not? No, the number 6? Lorente, yeah. So silly putting Lorente on Buffal. He dusted him. But yeah, just 1v1 directness, unbelievable. And they're very good. They're a very good side. They played a lot of counter-attack ball. Then they went out and played against... who was it they beat in the quarters to get to semi? Who was it?
Yeah, I watched that one.
Was it Portugal?
Yeah.
And they played against them. They really tried to bring it to them, and obviously won out. So no, I liked them. I like the counter attack. But
Remember Buffal had a game in the Premier League where he was unbelievable.
he scored.
Who was that again?
Was he up for a goal of the year?
Yeah,
that
I
year?
think so, yeah.
He went on a man.
One game, and he was like, whoa, this fella's deadly. And then he just went off the radar again, popped up again at the World Cup.
Ben Arfa a little.
Ben Arfa, yeah.
Well, he's one for the streets, but Buffal kind of falls in just below that bracket as
They're
well.
similar, aren't they?
Yeah, very similar. Very nice to watch.
I know. With regards to the young players, we said Gabi and Pedro.
Gabi and Pedro.
To be fair to Spain, I know we'll talk a little bit about them when we go through each team, but they were still excellent, the two of them. Even for the shorter games that they were in, I thought they played some great football. What do we think of the likes of Vinicius Junior for Brazil and those other young players that we mentioned?
Well, I think it's fair to start with Enzo, who won it. Enzo Fernandez. I thought he was unbelievable, lads. I didn't really know him before the tournament. I thought he was brilliant
of him, but see, I got to watch very little at the World Cup, so
yeah.
I'm only giving opinions on the games I've seen, so it's hard to. But apparently,
I thought he was
apparently he was obviously
he's a bit like Herrera. You'd love him. He's a bit like Herrera, but even more aggressive and just little knacker running around. And who else done it? Alvarez was quality as well, wasn't he?
He is
how
quality.
Good he was.
He is quality, but even since he signed for City, every time he plays, he just contributes.
I didn't realise how good
so
he was.
So effective, and they got him for pittance. City did.
Yeah.
Their recruitment is on a different level. Man City's different level. For the cash, they spent what 65 million or 60 million on Haaland and Alvarez.
Really?
Crazy value.
Gakpo, was he young player?
Yeah, Gakpo was.
He was good. He was good. He wasn't in the tournament long enough, but he was good.
He's quite sought after now as well, isn't he?
You know,
I've heard a lot about him.
If the World Cup is a young player under 21.
It's 22, isn't it?
I think it could be 22.
I think it's 22, as it should be, by the way. All this young player under 24s, do me a favour.
Is Mbappe on that category then?
He's 20.
He's 20. He turned 24 today.
Today.
So he would have been 23 in the tournament.
Yes.
Yeah. That's nuts. Isn't it?
Crazy
24
stuff.
today.
My
But
God.
to those listening to the podcast, it's gonna be like 2 weeks later. So
Yeah.
But today, whatever, 20th of December.
I think what we'll do is we'll fire through the groups, spend a couple of seconds on each team. If you saw a game, if you have any sort of opinions, probably a good way to go. Group A was the Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar.
Yeah, nice one, Qatar. Great performance, lads.
Ecuador, NFL Valencia turned up. Remember him at West Ham?
I was saying this at the start of group stages. That was game 1 they played, wasn't it? And he scored.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. These players just go away for months, and then it's like World Cup, grand, I'm a baller again, and they just pop up with these goals. It always happens, and it's always the names you know,
Yeah.
like Buffal. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
he's still a player.
Yeah.
You just they're just so good at tournaments like that.
Or Abu Bakr. What about Abu Bakr's chip for Cameroon? Did you see that one? Did you see the chip?
I'm trying to think.
Oh, lads, it was like a shovel. You just
Was this
scooped
was this the trio? Did they?
This
Was that trio?
was
that them?
I actually can't remember who it was against. It was Cameroon, wasn't it?
That was
Cameroon.
Cameroon, I think. Yeah.
Everyone at home is screaming the team.
I know, yeah. I can't remember who it was. I don't remember. Either.
Anyway, I'll watch it. I need to
I'll
go
watch
back
it
and
as
watch all the goals, should I say?
Anyway, who else is in that group?
Senegal and Ecuador. I only seen Ecuador for 30 minutes. I don't really have an opinion, to be honest.
Disappointed in Senegal. I was
No
disappointed in
Mane.
Senegal. No Mane, yeah. No Mane, no party.
Mane.
Take out a full-time killer like that. The whole
Koulibaly.
game plan's out the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yes. They were always
Edward
gonna
Mendy is a fraud.
I know.
I didn't realise.
I know.
I
Flippy
actually-
Flappy.
I
He's another
actually-
Flappy bird, that fella.
Someone said that to me before the World Cup as well. And I watched the World Cup and I realised, yeah, you're right. He's a fraud.
He's
I'm shocked. He had a great year when he was deadly.
Is that why Caesar?
And now he's just
Back
brutal
in
now,
again.
he had a great year when he was dead.
He's got off the radar. Kept us
Yeah.
back in.
I never really liked Mendy. Again, you could show footage and stuff where he makes unbelievable saves.
Yeah.
Saves with Hugo Lloris. Hugo Lloris made a top save in the final. Doesn't mean he's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Again, he got found out in that.
When I went to penalties, I knew he wasn't saving. And
Big time.
I honestly-
You just knew Martinez was going to save one.
Yeah.
Right, we'll get to the final in a minute.
Yeah.
But
It was
go on.
a-
Netherlands, I thought, were excellent. But
Yeah.
they were very unlucky against
I
Argentina.
actually looked back on the podcast as well, and I had the Holland back as well.
Really,
I said Van Gaal.
I was against that because I think they never really turn up. And again, they didn't progress though. That's the thing.
They got further than anyone thought. Quarter final.
Yeah, in a great game against Argentina.
With
They
a-
had Argentina on the ropes,
Look at
man.
their
We were
squad.
watching that.
Penalties.
We were
Went to
screaming.
penalties.
Yeah, we were screaming more.
Did I watch it? I don't even
Weghorst
remember.
came on and scored 2.
Oh
They
my
were 2-0
God,
up.
what am I
Talk
talking?
about the
Sorry.
scrap.
Sorry, that was probably the best game.
It was
That was one,
quality.
outside the final.
That
That
was
was the best
quality,
game.
yeah.
That's one of the best games I've ever seen ever seen in a long time. Anyway, it was so entertaining.
I thought Nathan Ake was unbelievable
Yeah.
for the Netherlands.
Underrated.
Yeah.
top
Underrated.
player. Top player.
Every
Him and Van
year.
Dijk as two centre halves. Rolls Royces, man.
Righty, lefty.
The back three. Timber on the right. They started with the lit and said, nah.
that's what me and
Nah,
Van
he's
saying.
brutal. Get rid of him. Get Timber in.
Yeah.
Timber, Van Dijk, and Ake.
And then Daily Blind. Ever present.
Yeah, left wing.
Ever present.
Unbelievable.
Ever present.
Frankie was excellent as well.
Yeah, and then Davy Klassen creeped back into. He's another one of them.
Yeah, he's yes.
Goes
he's-
missing for a while
yeah.
and just creeps back into the team out of nowhere.
Tell I loads about the Netherlands. The ability to play like Netherlands and like the likes of Ajax and all, just such like competitive football. But then they're able to bring on two centre forwards
Two big boys.
and mix it up. And
Yeah.
the goals were unbelievable. And like the neck as well.
Yeah. On RT, they brought in the two lads and they're like, they're not using them. And then your man goes and scores 2 and you're like, come on, lads.
And two great finishes. That was one of the best set pieces I've ever seen. That
He
free
done-
kick.
Oh,
He done that before.
Did he?
There was a video going around of it. Who was he playing with? Wolfsburg. I was always saying Werner Bremen. That's who I was saying. Wolfsburg, he
this?
done it. Your man, was it Weghorst?
Weghorst?
However you say his name.
Really?
Yeah, but it was from the
Opposite side.
opposite side. It was right side, and they reversed into it, but he was free. Touch, right foot, slots it. Yeah, very good. When he done it again off the left side. I was talking to Olad Yemo about this. The strength of him. When he comes into a back foot right, holds your man, pushes him on the ground, and then slots it. Unbelievable.
Oh,
I was
he's a
like,
gaff.
he has to hit it. He has to hit it, and he has to score. Like, it's
Last
such a
minute of the
big
game,
chance.
man.
He's
And
a
they
gaff.
reverse it. How many players get that pass wrong?
Not the neck.
It's unbelievable.
No, it's-
it was
it's sick.
unbelievable.
The real bollocks in character.
Yeah.
Great
Clutch,
to see
clutch.
in a
Yeah,
quarter final
clutch,
of the
yeah.
World Cup. They were absolutely brilliant. Geez, it could have been a different tale. To be fair, I think everyone knows about this in tournaments, but I don't think people really appreciate it. The ability to have a team that's good at penalty shootouts is it's a must, I think, to win tournaments.
I seen Van Gaal before the game that he was preparing for penalties. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna take this penalties, and we're ready to take them to penalties. Like we've practiced our penalties. We know how we're gonna get in their heads for penalties." And then they lost.
They
Yeah.
tried it.
They did
They
try it.
tried it.
Well, his game plan worked. They just didn't see it out.
Mhm.
It's a lottery though. You can't predict
Yeah.
penalties, can you not?
Nah.
Just takes one.
Well, I
one
don't
good
know,
save.
man. There's a bit of I don't know what it's like kind of like a fairy dust in the air. When we were watching Argentina, you knew
You can
something's
kind
gonna
of see, yeah,
happen.
you can sense
Mm.
it.
Nearly every player that walked up, you're like, they're going to score. Or
Mm.
Martinez is going to do something here. But anyway, Group B, England, USA, Iran, and Wales.
Boring, man. Boring.
I thought England were pretty good now in the games that I watched.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see much of them, man. They are quality.
I
when they
watched
switch
all
them
the games. I thought they were very good up
Yeah.
until the game they got knocked out. Obviously, but that's against a tough opposition. Like,
They were good in the second half, though, against France.
Yeah.
They had them on the ropes for ages.
yeah, they performed. They performed to what you expected them,
Mm-hmm.
but what
If
the
Harry Kane
fans
scores
expected
that
them
penalty,
was
it's a different game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As I
Yeah.
say, it's penalties, it's set pieces. You look at the Netherlands, that free kick in the last minute, clutch. Harry Kane is a penalty in the last
Yeah.
few minutes, miss. It's the
Mbappe's
difference.
2 penalties in the
Messi.
final.
Messi
Messi,
got a penalty
Yeah,
in the final.
you need, like, to be fair now,
top set piece.
fair to Harry Kane, though, like, the man is a top goal scorer and a top set piece taker.
I think he's the best penalty taker in the world.
When he goes to
Genuinely.
hit that penalty,
Yeah, no one saves
he goes to hit the exact same spot, but the keeper takes a step like 1 second early, and he sees him go, and he tries to blaze it. So hit the same spot, but hit it harder because he
Yeah.
knows he's there, and just completely
it.
scores.
I read a thing during the year that Harry Kane in training before the night before his matches, or 2 nights before his match, he decides, right, I'm going there for my
Mhm.
penalty. Practices that penalty the 2 days before, then obviously goes, takes the penalty. Didn't practice for a second penalty, I'd say, and was like,
You just hit the same
"Oh."
spot and
Yeah.
then try it. And I think, I genuinely do think it's because the keeper takes a step
Yeah.
a little bit earlier, and he tries to wrap it, like really wrap it in the bins because he knows he has to because the keeper's gone,
Yeah.
and he just overhits it, overextends.
Mad.
Yeah,
crazy.
Bit of, I don't know if because like we're obviously from Ireland, you see a lot of the English media controversy and stuff, but you had Sterling's house getting robbed,
Yeah.
and you also have Chilwell having to leave.
The
the
Ben
squ-
White,
or Ben
Ben
White,
White,
sorry,
yeah.
having to leave
Yeah.
the squad as well. I wonder.
That was over a scrap at the assistant gaffer. Do you
Was
know?
it?
Supposedly.
Apparently so. Yeah,
I
Supposedly.
heard loads of stories.
like internally, I wonder what chaos that's causing for the
Yeah.
team. But I thought England had some good standouts. I thought Rashford was excellent.
Mhm.
I thought John Stones was very good. I
Declan
thought
Rice was good.
Declan Rice was great.
Declan Rice was
in
very
the
good.
France game, he was
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
Bellingham as well, obviously.
Uh,
This age of show.
So, are you taking it back?
I didn't see enough of him, and now that I
He was
seen him
tough.
consistently, I was like, yeah,
Well,
fella can play.
joke.
Fella can
Very
play.
good.
He can play the
Um,
game.
I thought Foden had spells, to be fair, when I watched them.
Yeah,
Yeah, he wasn't starting, really, was he?
But I mean,
Maguire done all right. Done all
Maguire, yeah, he
right.
did do good.
For the way England play, it just suits him.
I
Suits
seen
him
Gary
well.
Lineker saying, or it might have been Gary Lineker, some English fella anyway, saying Maguire should be back in the United team now. And then the reply was, well, actually, the 2 centre halves that are in ahead of him are in the final. Like Maguire had a great World Cup. He should be back in the United team.
Varane
Varane and Martinez.
had an incredible World Cup.
Yeah, quality.
Incredible World Cup.
Quality.
Yeah, me and Morgan were saying that. Two centre halves and then World Cup finalists. You wouldn't have had that a few years ago.
No.
With Wales, I suppose they got a point. If Ireland came out of the World Cup with a point, I'd be happy. To be fair,
Well, it's better than us, though.
yes, I'm saying. Like I thought they competed pretty well. Then Iran.
The Iran game was a disaster for Wales,
Yeah, they
wasn't it?
just had Iran and the USA have a lot of history on an economic front and a political front. So that was an interesting turn of events.
USA done well. They done all right. didn't
Yeah,
they? Well, getting out of their group, they done well. Like,
Yeah, but the USA also thought that England and the USA was going to be the biggest game of the World Cup.
Yeah, it was 0-0, wasn't it?
draw, wasn't it? That's
Yeah.
all right. That's all right.
They just have crazy opinions
Yeah.
on
They're ludicrous.
sport.
I'm only joking. All of them.
USA.
We have Group C, Argentina, Poland, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia.
Poland, lads. Poland are dirt.
Poland are always dirt.
They were so bad. to
Poland are
watch.
always dirt. I've never seen them play well.
They came second.
The Argentina
But
Poland game.
it's just so boring to
Yeah,
watch.
the
like.
Argentina Poland game is one of the worst games I've ever watched.
If Ireland are playing Poland, I'm worried.
Yeah, but
They beat us. No, they beat us.
yeah, they should.
Yeah.
They should though.
They beat Lewandowski.
Lewandowski up top. They should beat us. Do you know what I mean? They're just boring though.
Yeah, they're brutal.
They're just boring.
They're
to
really
watch.
bad.
They're in
Really
the World
bad.
Cup coming second in the group. I don't care if
Yeah,
they're
at
boring.
that level.
fine.
They're
That's
brutal
fine.
at that level.
That's
like
fine.
they bash us.
Yeah.
They bash us. But they're brutal
But
at
I
that
just
level.
don't like to watch them. I'm not looking
yeah.
at like even Lewandowski, one of the best centre forwards. I'm like, so boring.
Yeah. I agree. I was very
As a fan,
disappointed.
like.
Yeah, just
But I mean, you
Very
surely can
disappointed.
appreciate a game plan
Of
to get
course.
you second in a World Cup group.
of course.
Like who
Of
should have
course.
finished ahead of them? Like who?
Mexico were pretty decent. They were very good.
I
Actually,
didn't see any Mexico games.
actually, I watched the Mexico game and they stole my heart. It was against Saudi Arabia and they were going gung ho. They were all over them. They needed one more goal and then they got caught on the break. But they won my heart. They were unbelievable. All the fans and all were all over the place.
There was that was
was
crazy.
buoyant
The
for
amount,
them.
the lack of European fans. Number one, in
Yeah.
Qatar, crazy. 2, the Mexican fans were everywhere,
Yeah.
and the South Americans were everywhere.
Class.
Yeah, deadly.
The Argentinian, I love this one. You know, the little
Yeah,
flicky thing that they do.
yeah.
What's up?
I have no idea what that is, but I like
don't
it.
know. I
Yeah,
don't
there's
know what it
obviously
is.
something that
It's
we just don't
class.
get.
I watched Saudi Arabia, Argentina, and I was screaming. I was watching it in work, so I have like a monitor and a laptop. So I was working on the laptop, watching the monitor, and the goal Saudi Arabia scored. Do you know that left to right that you're working with Jordan Adiemo?
Coutinho.
The Coutinho finish.
Bang.
As soon as he prepped, I was like, that's a goal.
Bang. You
That's a
just
goal.
know. Same with
That's a
Mbappe.
goal.
Same with Mbappe, 2 in the same game. Gets the backward set up. The first one, he's taking touches. They think, oh, cover the back post. You see him just reverse it in that near corner. Right. That's number 1. That's option 1 if you want it. If they cover that back post. Number 2, backwards prep. They go to block the front post. Grand. I'll just wrap it around you. 2 perfect setups, 2 perfect goals. Same area. Unbelievable.
I think
Unbelievable.
each Saudi player got a Rolls Royce for winning that game.
I seen that, yeah. It's a
handy.
joke, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great win. You like to see, like, that was the only game Argentina. It was the first game Argentina lost in, or whatever that record was.
Yeah.
In the last podcast.
That was the
so-
game to win the record, wasn't it? If they got that, they matched the record.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
They
Huge for
fumbled
Saudi
it.
Arabia. Those things are class. They're never going to like qualify, but like
Beating the winners.
lethal. Yeah, lethal.
Yeah,
They
can,
beat
they
the
can
winners.
look at it and go,
I mean,
yeah, we beat
if
them.
you're not, yeah, exactly. If you're not going to win or qualify, go do something.
Go
Yeah.
compete.
Don't
That's
be
class,
Qatar and
yeah.
lose 3 games and score 1 goal. Group D: France, Australia, Tunisia, and Denmark.
France were knocked off by us in the predictions
were.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
they
the
What
were.
were
lads
we
knocking
doing?
them
What
off.
were we thinking?
We
No,
said
I know.
Pogba and Kante are gone.
Yeah, and then Benzema ended up going before. I think that was after maybe we had done the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Lads,
Too
we're
many.
such idiots.
Yeah.
What the hell are
We
we
didn't do
talking
our
about? The
research.
Mbappé fella by himself.
Yeah, and that's what I found funny because what we were saying was to do well in the World Cup, you need a good spine. So you need like a world class keeper. I know Lloris is world class, but you need,
Fail.
you need a world class game winner. And
Yeah.
Mbappe's
Yeah, that's
the
what you
best in the
said.
world at that. So
Unbelievable. Honestly.
Morgan is a huge fan.
I'm obsessed with him as a player. I don't care about all of his other antics. To be honest with you, I don't see him enough. I don't give it a toss. As a player, direct 1v1s and just pure raw. Give me the goddamn sphere. Let me do whatever I can
Yeah,
with it.
it's something else.
Unbelievable.
Something else.
Unbelievable.
He's
It's a joy to
I
watch
was
every
talking
game I've seen
to Aaron Freya Healy today at the end of the session because they were like, "Geez, Mbappe wasn't great for like the tournament." I was like, every time he gets the ball, and when you've someone in your team that can get the ball at their feet and just make the hair in the back of your neck stand up, like they're gonna do something.
Yeah.
Like you always have a chance that's worth the weight in gold.
There was a moment in the first I think it was the first half. Yeah, first half an hour of the final where France were absolutely bogus. And then the ball on the left
they were
wing.
awful.
Yeah, they were terrible. The ball was in the air between Mbappe, I think the right full, and his hips are back face his own goal, and he just chops it and makes your man and goes on a run out of nowhere. It's like just moments you're like, what is this fella doing?
Yeah.
They're gonna be right.
when
at
they're
it,
dead and buried, like they were awful in the first
Like
half an hour, and he just moments.
The next few World Cups, they're gonna be right at it. Right at it.
Look at
The lads that we don't see often, like Upamecano. Well, he was unbelievable, lad. Let me see why all these lads get rated, because you don't see them. He's like Upamecano, yeah, he's obviously dead. He's playing Bayern Munich, but then you watch him, you're like, he is a joke.
Yeah, big time.
He's a joke. And then who else? The Tchouaméni.
Yeah,
Tchouaméni was quality.
Kanate's very good.
Konate's good.
Very
And
good.
Kola Muani, he was deadly. He's a bit raw there, but he was deadly. And then Marcus Thuram as well. I loved them. They're right at it.
They
Right at
were.
it.
I have to say that is one thing now as a criticism of me, definitely personally, that I'm very naive to players that are playing in other leagues outside like.
Well, you
the
have to. You
La
have to be. You
Liga.
don't see them like.
Yeah, but I mean, especially maybe just me holding opinions in high regard. But if you're working in football or sport, you should definitely be. I know like, maybe it doesn't help with coaching, but you should know these things.
Yeah.
You know,
Final point.
you should know these
Rabiot. That's all. Final point. Rabiot. Baller.
He was a passenger in the final.
Baller.
I was impressed with France, to be fair.
Passenger in the final.
Um,
Should have got hooked
He did get hooked. Like,
early.
you think?
Yes.
Tall, elegant, techie, baller.
Elegant. Still not having it.
Baller.
I'm still not having a show.
We have Australia.
Quality.
Doing very
Great
well.
watch.
3 games, 2 wins.
Done
Very
very well
exciting in the
against-
last 16.
Yeah,
Very
great
well
watch.
against Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good game. Do you remember watching that?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very entertaining.
Great watch. Well plays with Argentina or Australia.
Yeah, Australia and Japan are huge advocates of supplementary coaching. Would you believe?
Really?
Yeah, huge advocates.
I'm not at all surprised.
That's
Yes.
interesting. That's very interesting.
I know, obviously, Joe and Ronaldo in Australia, they're all huge.
Mm.
Japan, no surprise.
Just tech.
Efficient.
Yeah.
Efficient. Technically,
They're
all
coming, lads.
unreal.
They're coming.
Japan.
Oh, they're coming
without a
like,
doubt.
I don't know what, but they're
Yeah.
coming.
And honestly, they're all coming.
Without a
All
doubt.
the big continents are coming, I think, now.
Mhm.
Or all the big
It's great
countries.
to
They're
see.
starting to invest in it. USA,
Yeah.
USA.
Australia,
It would be great to
Japan.
see the US and Japan.
Yeah.
To
They're
be
all
competing.
coming.
It'd be class. They'd throw a huge spanner in the works for
Mm.
Europe and all the boys. It'd be deadly
Yeah,
to
no,
watch.
I would. Denmark are disappointing, but I mean, when you're looking at only Ericsson as your golden child,
Asian squad.
Yeah, Denmark.
when you look at Croatia's an aging squad, they were right at it again.
Yeah, but Modric is different to.
But their
Anyone.
midfield three are probably one of the best midfield threes in the tournament.
Who was
Yeah.
the three? Brozovic, Modric, and Kovacic.
Kovacic.
And then Perisic out the left, and then that young centre half, the left footed centre half,
Guardiola.
whatever his name is,
Was it Guardiola?
The
With
Batman.
the mask.
Batman,
Yeah, Guardiola.
unbelievable.
Morgan's a big fan now.
He was good, yeah, except Messi sent him for a hot
Listen,
dog.
the funny thing is, yeah, everyone's like, oh, United want them, can't defend. Messi was sending everyone to the shop. Like, don't be getting smart with me now.
He's a joke.
Uh-huh.
He's a joke.
We've got Group E. Japan, Spain, Germany, Costa Rica.
Japan topped that group, by the way.
They did, yeah.
Can I
3
just
wins.
add?
Or sorry, 2 wins.
And
3
Spain
games.
I know we were complimenting them earlier, they were this close
Yeah.
to getting knocked out.
Germany got knocked out, didn't he?
Mhm.
Not that good.
Yeah,
Spain were out during the last game. Costa Rica, to be fair, mixing up there with 3 points. Big dub against Japan. When Japan could have ran clean with it in the second game. One of the best games I saw in the tournament was Spain-Germany. I thought it had unbelievable quality. We watched it in the groups. I thought Germany were actually very good, but they are an aging team without a killer.
Musiala is
Oh,
he's just going to go under the radar now again
Yeah.
because they didn't progress. Wow, he was the game against Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
yeah. Sane as well. See when Sane came on?
I didn't even notice.
He's one of them. Forgot about Sane going from City out of the eye.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's probably gone
Yeah.
to the dogs now. He's still Sane.
You know, I
He's
think,
still quality.
He's jacked as well,
Yeah, he is jacked.
Isn't
to be
he?
fair. Huge.
leading stocky.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
quality.
it's- Germany are an interesting one because we wrote them off. To be fair, we did write them off at the start, and
Uh-huh.
I know they didn't qualify, but they showed real good quality as a team. That Spain game was
Yeah, that was a
Unbelievable.
very good game.
unbelievable. I thought Spain were very good. If Spain got lucky now against who did they knock out by again?
Who did they play?
Spain.
Yeah,
Morocco,
Sorry,
yeah.
the panels.
Yeah,
If they got through Morocco, I think they could have put some serious spanners in as
Mm.
well. But I mean, hindsight's just whatever.
yeah.
But I think Germany, like what you said, they were right at it as well. Like, it's not like they were brutal in the World Cup. I know they didn't get out of their group, but they actually performed quite well in the games I watched. Like,
Mhm.
they're still Germany.
Yeah, I thought they were good. It's definitely an interesting one. Just look at the draw.
They're going to
really.
be very interesting over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
They're going to lose a
Mm.
lot of like Muller and all.
They're my tip for the Euros.
Gundogan, all the boys. Who knows what
Yeah,
they
again.
end up. Musiala
Possible.
is the one though, lads.
Yeah,
he
he's
is
good.
under the radar.
good.
Wow,
Top
he
class.
is up there with Phil Foden and all.
Mm.
Maybe not. Okay, Phil Foden's producing the Premier League every single week, but Musiala, he is thereabouts.
Yeah, he was
He
the
is a
top lad.
joke. He's a joke.
We should spend a bit more time in Japan topping that group there. I know we talked a little bit about them with their Kinger, but I thought Japan were very exciting. That whole culture thing about cleaning dressing rooms and just the general vibe of Japanese people is very,
It's
very
good, isn't
nice
it?
to see,
Beautiful.
isn't it? Definitely a culture.
People being good people, man.
Yeah, no, it's
Again,
definitely
they
good to see.
appreciate every second of that tournament. I can guarantee it.
Big time.
They're just loving life.
Group F was Morocco, Croatia, Belgium, and Canada. May I add, Morocco topped that group
Belgium.
and went all the way through the
Belgium.
semi-final.
I think you gave maybe a dark
Dark
horse shout
horse.
with Belgium. I was like, no,
Belgium.
they just never are going to do it. Out of all the attacking prowess that these men have, good lord, Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen, please, can we shift them
Well,
out?
Lukaku missed like 4 chances
He did,
against Croatia
but that's
to
the
go
thing.
through.
Yeah,
They are
that is very true. That is very,
finished.
very true. But
They're
again, that's
finished.
tournament football. But Lukaku wasn't at it. He hasn't played in months. Now, is
Finished.
that the reason why? Yeah, you could say sharpness, this and that, this and that, this and that.
Back to my
just didn't
theory, you
finish.
need a full-time killer.
Yeah. And Lukaku is not a full-time killer.
On paper, he should be a full-time
He's a
killer.
part-time killer. Part-time. Because he's got goals in him.
He's a weekend warrior. Yeah.
He's got goals in him. But he's part-time. He's
Yeah.
not at it all the time.
I won't argue.
At United, I actually really liked him.
So did I.
I actually really liked him. Really, really liked him. And then just some days you're like, who is this fella? Like, what is he doing?
And his attitude as well.
Yeah, his attitude
That's right.
stink. After a couple of weeks, you're like, oh, do you know what? Don't like this club. Don't like them.
If I'm being honest, I didn't actually watch Morocco in the groups. Did you get a catch of Morocco in the group stage though?
No, this is
No, I didn't watch much of them. I don't think. Did I? Don't think so. No. They only conceded one goal in the tournament, building up to when they got knocked out.
Because I didn't even consider Morocco as any threat or anything.
No.
And then Croatia in the Belgian game were on the back foot for a lot of it.
They're so efficient.
Croatia.
Like, they nearly didn't get out of the group.
How are they so good? They took penalties the whole way. They're just the penalty merchants. Maybe it's more than look at a draw if they're such penalty merchants.
Well,
that's 2 World Cups in a row.
I think,
They just stay in games. Though.
but the influence, yeah, I think you need to, with regards to tournament football, I think if you're to lay out like a blueprint that would last for 100 years, I think there is a couple of key things. I think you need to be unbelievably efficient at set pieces when you get them. So corners, free kicks, throw-ins, and penalty shootouts, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is, in regards to staying in games, that's a big one. And how you stay in games, you don't concede goals. So you need to have a competent back four. I'm not saying you need world-class defenders. You need to have a really contingent unit for 90 minutes. But that's the beautiful thing. You're not trying to win 38 games here for a league. You're trying to win one game of football. So be competitive for those 90 minutes. You can't have erratic people, in my opinion, in games. I think that's why Brazil sometimes are a little bit faltered, because they have a lot of erratic personalities. And even if you look back to like when David Luiz and all those boys got hammered like 8-0 by Germany.
7-1.
Like Brazil haven't been at it in a World Cup since 2002. And I just find that European teams and overall, to be fair, will be less erratic than South Americans. But even if you look at Argentina, they had a very balanced back four plus a keeper compared to what they typically have. I know Otamendi is a bit erratic, and when Martinez,
erratic as well.
yeah, Romero is erratic. But when you've got a solid, Martinez,
They dominate the ball though.
yeah. But I mean, Martinez had a tournament of his life there as well. And then you need a
Very
full-time
good.
killer, which is obviously Messi for
Easy. And Alvarez stepping up
Argentina.
and all them boys stepping up
Yeah.
around them. In
Yeah.
fairness.
like Spain had no full-time killer this year.
Remember we were like, Morata's a jokester, yeah.
Morata
and then
came
he
off the
comes on, and I
bench.
was like, prove me wrong, and he goes and scores.
All right,
do you
yeah,
know
I'll prove
what?
you wrong.
Do you know what?
The next game.
Fair play to you.
They done it in the
Yeah,
next game.
next
as well.
game. I was like, fair play to you.
Yeah.
He's not another one because he is like, we're not gonna put him up there with like Ener Valencia and all, but he's one of them who just pop up with a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Considering the
Pop up with a
club's been
goal.
at.
There's obviously that's the reason why he was at all them clubs, isn't it?
I think so, man. Next group, Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, and Serbia.
Yeah. Skip.
Neymar.
Bar Abu Bakar's chip.
Fight with the
Whoop.
mic.
Bar Abu Bakar's chip. Nothing group. Brazil flashes in the pan. Switzerland weren't even at the tournament ready. So what did he do? I can't even. I don't think I watched one Switzerland game. I thought Brazil were going to be deadly, but they weren't. Well, they were
Switzerland-
actually deadly in
Switzerland,
patches.
3 games, 2 wins, got through to the last 16.
And then what?
It's
I don't
like
know,
Joe,
just-
they're very like Poland, just
Yeah.
just existed in the tournament.
Yeah.
Now,
Thanks for coming.
We're
Middle to
like,
Eastern European countries.
we are. Who are we to say we haven't qualified for last 16? But like, yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from. They got like a little partakers medal.
Who'd they play in round 16? Do you know?
Get it for you here. Apologies.
Yeah, they're just I don't know, just placid.
Oh, they're just. Xhaka, I actually like I like
Oh,
Xhaka.
Jesus. Yeah, I remember that. Portugal beat them 6-1.
Oh,
Yeah, good luck. Go home. Back to Switzerland. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, 6-1's a thumping, boys.
Yeah.
By Portugal as well. Who were
Yeah, Brazil, I have to say, they had some serious flashes, but flashes aren't going to win your tournaments, unfortunately. But great for entertainment.
yeah.
Some really good.
But Charlison stepped up to the plate, didn't he?
Charlison's a
I'm
top player.
surprised, yeah.
To
Surprised.
be fair now, with the research that we've done about Brazil, that whole thing around Brazil was about Richarlison playing for the middle and get on the end of the crosses for them. So he just done his job, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like these are top players. Like the reason why Richarlison's not the bags man for Spurs is because Kane's there. You know, these boys have ability, but when you've got a team centered around you, it makes a huge difference.
It's a good point.
That's true. Very,
Very
very
good
true. Neymar, right? What a goal! That should have been the one that.
Goal determined.
The one where he broke to extra
When he
time.
just-
against Croatia.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
And then
it
they
was
went
a
and
good goal,
conceded and lost on penalties. But that goal was unbelievable.
It's one of them moments that should carry you through.
That
isn't
should have been the one
Yeah.
where Neymar's name's in lights. He's got his like big moment for Brazil. It was shut down, but what a goal! The little, I think, did he play outside the boot, little like reverse around the corner and 1-2, and then
That was me. That was.
and
my
then the little
question.
hezzy and the keeper goes to the ground, and it's just perfectly
he
weighed,
kept
and
his
he lifts it. Unbelievable.
Maybe we are being harsh in Brazil. That's a freak.
Just on pens.
That's a freak. You win it late on. You score a goal late on to win it in extra time.
See it out though.
You should see it out, yeah. But
yeah,
these
it
things
happens.
happen.
It does happen, especially in tournament football. It does happen, but yeah.
Morgan, you're a dark horse in Serbia. 3 games, 1 point.
Yeah. Sorry about me. Jesus. I was just going all in for Mitro, to be honest with you.
Your theory was good. Yeah,
I'm a
Mitro's
huge
on
fan of
fire-
Mitrovic. I
on
thought he
fire.
could have got at least 4 goals in the group stage. Just pulled us out of there. Hate Serbia now. Just hate Mitrovic.
Serbia
am I
always
joking?
turn over Ireland as well.
That is true. Am I joking? They were fairly poor though.
Yeah, I agree. Cameroon, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. I mean, not bad to be fair.
Yeah.
Abubakar, the man.
I need to go watch this goal.
They beat Brazil. They beat Brazil.
Don't know.
And
Brazil
he
have
scored
had
as well.
feck all people out.
And he got a was it? Did he get sent off for taking his top off? I
Oh,
think he was
yeah.
on a yellow and he just went. He did, yeah, he did. It was on a yellow, scored into the corner, whipped his top off. He's never going to score another winner against Brazil. Absolute, give it the big one. And the ref shook his hand and said, "Wow, that was quality." Abubakar,
Do you know
man.
what? I don't know what is in my head. We're still on Brazil's group, aren't we?
Yeah.
I was watching back a podcast clip, and you were talking about Dani Alves. It was so you're like, stick that on him. Talking about the captain's armband.
Oh, he was.
I thought it was so funny. We're like, oh, they've always struggled with fullbacks. And you're like, Dani Alves. I was like, he's 37. You're like, stick that on him.
Who was playing right back? Militao.
Yeah. Bit of a wander.
The last group was Portugal, South Korea, Uruguay, and Ghana.
Did Uruguay go to the World Cup today? Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
some
sorry.
Yeah,
No,
it's
actually, I'm
just
only saying that because I actually didn't see any of their games. But
Suarez looked
It just-
overweight. He didn't know he just wasn't fit. It's just not fit.
Ghana
He's
were
obviously
out for
top speed.
revenge,
It's
so
just not
against
fit.
Uruguay, weren't they?
Yeah, that was a good game. The Ghana Uruguay win. Yeah,
I didn't.
I think Ghana will put like witchcraft or not witchcraft, voodoo spells on them and all.
it was a penalty, and they missed the penalty as well, didn't
Yeah.
they? Like for all the years ago.
Ghana did.
Yeah, they missed the penalty.
The chance for redemption.
Oh yeah, I think missed it, and
I
he
thought
was in the
Portugal,
game.
I thought
That last
Portugal
one.
looked good at spells. The Ronaldo stuff though was really freaking me out because he threw a strop again when he got taken off, and manager punished him. Didn't start him in the last 2 games. He'd be very disappointed after that World Cup. Now.
Mhm.
Especially like whatever about Messi lifting the cup and all, but not starting 2 of the games.
Yeah, it's kind of pox, isn't it?
I know
Yeah.
you were very sad for about 20 minutes.
After he went out, I was, what is life, man?
Oh yeah, I was
Good.
sad as well.
Good for him. Because, like,
Everyone's against him.
everyone's against him now. And, like, I'm a bit annoyed at him for all the antics now, but I still love him,
Yeah,
obviously. And everyone now, does anyone hate Messi, by the way?
No.
Like, for the last 2 days, it's just been, now, deserved that he's the man.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable what he's done. And I love Messi. I'm not hating on Messi. But, like, he's just so easy to love because he never does anything. Well, Ronaldo's a bit more of a character. Everyone loves to hate him. Even listening to RTE and all. It would be like Morocco are playing Senegal. I know that didn't happen. Morocco playing Senegal, and everyone's like, Ronaldo's having a bit of an off week, isn't he? Like, lads, leave him alone, man.
yeah,
Just
it's crazy.
shut up for a little bit. Does my head in anyway.
Like perfect example. I seen a tweet about it. It said Ronaldo's World Cup history: 10 goals, 10 goals and assists. I think
Mhm.
in his whole World Cup. Messi had 10 goals and assists in this World Cup. And then I seen a retweet saying, "Oh, I see penalties count now," because you know everyone slates Ronaldo for being penalties. And then obviously Messi scored like 6
Messi.
penalties.
He scored loads. Did he score
Whereas
4
if
penalties this
Ronaldo, if
tournament?
Ronaldo done that and scored 4 penalties,
Yeah.
penalty.
That's exactly what I said
You
in
know
the
what I
final. Yeah,
Yeah.
very true. Now you still got to score them. I'm not for that at all. I'm actually big on if you have a penalty, be the
Yeah.
man who's going to take it and score.
100%.
Like be the man who's.
It's a
It's a
skill.
goal. It's a goal. So take it. But yes, if that was Ronaldo and he won the World Cup, everyone Ronaldo.
Penesi.
Bruno
Pe-
Fernandes was in the player or the team of the tournament.
Bruno was
Never mind.
tops.
Yeah, rightly so.
Bruno
Bruno.
was tops.
That's-
Stick that
yeah.
on it. What
My
a
skipper.
player.
My skipper. And Lissandro, we're back. United are back next season. We get into Europe this season. We're back next season.
It'd be very interesting.
I hope.
I was very happy to
Bruno
see
was
Bruno.
top.
To be fair to the United players, I know we're all United fans, so we're talking
They all
about it.
done well.
I thought they all done very well. To be fair
Casemiro
now,
as well.
Like, you got one winner. Casemiro was brilliant.
Even Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw, yeah.
On the,
Maguire.
public enemy
John
number one
Maguire
for
in for
me.
the correct.
well.
He signed a new deal today. Did you see that?
And
Yeah,
Rashford
and
did
Rashi.
as well.
And Fred.
And
yeah.
Fred.
Someone else,
they were
Dallo as well. I
Dallo
think.
as well, but they're in talks
Dallo,
with Dallo and Rashford for an
Their
extension.
extensions.
Yeah, so that's interesting. But yeah, they were all the teams. South Korea, to be fair, coming second in that group. That's South Korea and Japan from the APAC area. Oh, sorry, from the APAC. Australia, South Korea, and Japan from the APAC all qualified.
Who did
Let's go
South Korea
going.
play in the last
I
16?
will get it for you now. Is there any standout players in South Korea?
Is he messing?
Barca.
Heung-min. Oh.
Barca. Sorry. Is he missing? Sorry, no,
Who
Barca.
else? Did I say Ki Sung-young the last day? I did, didn't I? Or was he?
Is he? That's your man off Wolves?
Yeah, they played Brazil. Sorry,
No?
it was
He
4-1.
used to play for Newcastle.
Oh, Ki Sung Young.
Ki Sung-young, yeah.
Ki Sung Young.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
yeah.
Huang.
You got- yeah.
Um,
Yi-chan or something. Huang Yi-chan.
Yeah, Chan. Yeah.
Wolves.
He plays for Wolves. That's who I thought you were talking about.
Brazil beat them 4-1 in the 16. That's it.
Right, fair enough.
But in my opinion, the best three games: Netherlands, Argentina was phenomenal. Spain, Germany, I thought was phenomenal, and then the World Cup final was out of this world.
To wrap up, the best final of all time.
One of the best games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable.
Definitely. I tell you what I loved about it. For 4 billion people watched the final. By the way, 4 billion people.
Really?
111 million people have watched the Super Bowl. Like I can't even do the math on that quickly, but it's at least 40 times more people watch the World Cup. 4 billion people. It's only half the world's population. It's ridiculous, lads.
What I loved about the final was I wanted Messi to win. They went 2-0 up and I was like, oh, game's over. Then Mbappe comes up and goes 2-2. And then, did it go 3-2 Argentina? It did. Messi then scored to make it 3-2. Thought he'd won it.
Yeah.
And Mbappe goes 3-3. And then Argentina won it in the end. So you got both entertainment. That wasn't a dead rubber game. And Messi won. It was
Yeah, it was a real one for the fans
on the money.
and for the football lovers. So what I loved about the World Cup final, and this is the thing that I've been really seeing a lot more now in my mindset. I used to be mad for tactics, mad for organisation, but when the 70th minute hit, there was no such thing as tactics.
Chaos.
There was no such thing as anything. It was just pure love and desire.
That was class.
It was amazing. That's proper football. I think sometimes we get caught, and I used to hear this from people like saying like, don't get caught in tactics, don't get caught in all that. I was like, these fuckers, like they're not paying attention to the bigger game. But the more I have been involved in football, the less I've cared about tactics, and the more I've really cared for players who just have the bollocks to step up and play.
Yeah.
And compete.
Yeah.
That's definitely what I saw.
Beautiful ignorance.
Yeah.
Mbappe.
Healthy
I was
disrespect.
looking at Mbappe go, Jesus.
Oh yeah.
The volley.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't hit it. Take a touch. Who am I to say?
Any striker in the world takes that down. He just goes, you know what? They only get one chance in the World Cup final to score one of his ones.
Yeah, sick. Celebrations is so cool as well.
See his brother. See his brother in the crowd.
No.
They cut to his brother straight after he scored, and he's going, yeah! It's deadly. You have to see it. Can't recreate it, but he's screaming his lungs off.
It's
It's deadly. That's what it's all about.
And can I just come in and say he didn't get man of the match?
Yeah, but you have to give it to Messi, though, don't you? just
No, give him player of the tournament. Give it to Mbappe.
He wouldn't want it.
Give man of the match. He's just scored a hat trick in a World Cup final.
He wouldn't
He's
want
only
it.
fresh out the womb, 23.
Nah, give
Do
it to
me a
Messi. Give it to
favour.
Messi. Messi got 2.
He
And
did
then I
get
had
2.
this
He didn't get
argument with
3.
my dad as well. He was like, Messi got a hat trick as well. No, he scored a penalty in the penalty shootout.
Yeah. So
He's saying
Mbappe
that's a
got 4
hat-trick.
then.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, that's not a hat trick. And then we had an argument. They don't count goals in penalty shootouts, do they? Like
Of course
Messi's
not.
goal tally
No.
will not increase because he scored in the penalty shootout.
No, and it shouldn't either.
That's what I said. And he goes, no, it's
No
a
way.
penalty. A penalty's like, that's a goal. That's a goal. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, if it's not in the 90 or 120 minutes, it's not a goal.
No, yeah.
If it's
That
not
thanks.
real life play.
Confirmed.
What I will say is Mbappe, 3 penalties, same spot, same technique,
Different
same
heights.
run up, just different heights, different and same momentum. Every single one just has
Very
gusto
interesting.
behind it.
And that's something that I really noted because I always think like, Jesus, if I have a penalty spot, I'm locked in here. But you can just go the same side and just vary the height.
That's that's what I was speaking to.
Very
I was
interesting.
talking to Matthew O'Brien about earlier, and he goes, "Do you have a penalty spot?" And he goes, "Yeah, left." And he goes, "Same." So it doesn't mean top, doesn't mean bottom. Just get around it, hit it left, it's got a chance.
If it's in the,
hit it well
side netting, it's in.
If you hit it well enough, it's fine. Doesn't matter what height it is. Even if it's that nice, like some of the ones were perfect for Martinez. But he hits it so hard. It's a great penalty. Say Rashford's one on GG in PSG. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Head down, whack it.
Yeah.
Whack it. It's got a chance.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. On that note, great tournament. I actually really enjoyed the fact that it was before Christmas.
Yeah.
I thought, like, I do love Christmas, but I love the World Cup in summer as well. So it is interesting.
Messi.
See what they'll do in the future. But
Congrats,
written in the
Messi.
stars, wasn't it?
Congrats. It was written.
Great way to end it. Messi.
it is.
Yeah.
Great way for Messi to go. Well,
Yeah.
he's not gone, but it's just great. It's great for him. Delighted.
Is he the GOAT?
If he lost that final, he'd still be the GOAT.
He's probably the goal. Yeah.
That would see, yeah, that would be my argument. If you like, I'm still a Ronaldo man. That doesn't mean
Ronaldo's my idol.
Yes, that's what I say. Ronaldo's the man to me, and I'll always love him. But
Yeah, he's the greatest, isn't he?
listen, you can't really say anything.
I mean,
But
that
irregardless
was
if
margins.
Messi won that final or not, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, if Ronaldo won that final, is he the GOAT?
But
No.
that's the argument. People just want to dispute that. I'm just going to constantly say Ronaldo's the GOAT, but that doesn't mean
Back your own.
Nah.
I'm just.
I think I've
But yeah,
fully-
now if you're
I've
looking
fully
at
converted.
proper, just raw.
He's just not so naturally good at football. He's just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just unbelievable. Actually, I just want to talk about this. See the ball that came into him and he went inside his boot, outside his boot, around the corner.
Mhm.
And then they put, I think it was Di Maria's goal in the final. Messi receives it on the halfway line with his back to goal. It receives it inside of the boot, outside the boot on the volley,
Serious goal.
around the corner. And
Serious
then
goal.
no one spoke about that.
There's
Messi's
gonna
bit-
be
Unbelievable.
very few people who know what I'm going to talk about here with Messi. But there's a video of him 4K when he's falling. Wasn't in the World Cup, by the way. I think he was at Barca at the time, where he's falling on the ground, right, literally skidding, and the ball's coming with him,
Oh, yeah.
and he's turning like a turtle on his back, and with his right foot he catches it. And that doesn't just flick it, like holds it on his foot and just flicks it over his head as he's falling. And he's still going like a turtle, and he's just looking at the ball go past him. And you're like, what is going on here? Like, that's not normal, this stuff
Yeah,
that he does. Like,
he's the most
he's
naturally
on a
gifted player
he's on a
ever.
different level.
Beautiful story.
Like, as a footballer, he's the man.
Yeah. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. All right, we'll wrap that up. Great World Cup. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep.
As always.
Thank you.
To all of those who are viewing this, and this might be your first touch point with Training121, please like and subscribe on wherever you're watching our podcasts, on Apple Podcasts and also on Spotify. You can leave anywhere up to a 5-star review. We'd appreciate an honest review, so we're not asking for 5 stars, but if you think that's what it's worth, then please drop that 5. Please follow our Instagram page, TikTok page, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to get involved in our training sessions, you can find us on training121.com, or you can download our mobile app as well. Bye-bye.
You.